Hi friends! Sorry it's been a while since my last update. I'm now at day 18 with having my braces on. The first couple days were a little rough, so I kind of didn't want to do a video in the middle of all that because I feel like it would have just been a whole lot of complaining. So I wanted to take some time, get acclimated, and really try and give some valuable feedback that you guys might find useful. And sorry, this is in a different venue. It's after dark, and the only lighting that is filmable in my house after dark is in the bedroom, so that's where we are. What I did, which I thought would be really helpful, is to talk about some of the things that I experienced in this first almost 3 weeks of having braces that I didn't expect. I know I'm kind of the ultimate planner and researcher, as you can probably tell by me making videos before I even got my braces on, is that everything that I do, I want to know about it. I do a lot of research online, I read message boards and look at other people's video blogs and things like that. And so some things that I experienced that I wasn't necessarily expecting, made notes. So the first thing was yellow teeth. So I don't know if you guys can notice, I notice all day every day that my teeth are extremely yellow. So I'm wondering, part of me thinks that might have to do with the fact that I got the Innovation C, the clear ceramic brackets, that it's just contrasting with my tooth color and it just makes it look a little bit off. But I have read, and I'm really hoping that this is the case, that it's the adhesive that the dentist uses to put on your teeth to secure the brackets, that can absorb coffee or anything like that more than your normal tooth would, because I'm a coffee drinker and a black tea drinker. So I mean, I understand that I could be experiencing staining from that, but this is way more than I've ever had. So I'm kind of freaking out about my yellow teeth. But I have a cleaning scheduled coming up here shortly that I'm hoping will polish off any of that additional adhesive. And that's kind of the consensus that I've read. So if any of you guys have experienced that and can give me more feedback on that, I would super appreciate it. But I should know by Thursday. The next thing that I didn't really expect that I anticipated, or excuse me, that I didn't anticipate, was feeling really depressed. So the second day, the day after I got my braces on, I was on the verge of tears all day, and it really took me for surprise because this is something I had really looked forward to for years. And so I assumed I would be excited and, you know, obviously a little annoyed. They're annoying to have in your mouth, sure, maybe a little painful, but I didn't expect to be depressed, and it really kind of took a bash at my self-esteem, which I, again, was not anticipating. So that fortunately passed pretty quickly, and now I'm pretty used to it, and I'm not, you know, attaching it to my self-worth like I was, but it was pretty much the entire second day I was on the verge of tears, which is really not like me. So if that happens, apparently it's normal. So another thing that kind of took me for a surprise was my teeth feeling really loose right away. Like, I almost can tell on a daily basis my teeth have been moving and kind of relocating in my mouth. So that's a good thing, so at least I know that things are working. But it can be really a strange sensation that when you kind of press your teeth at the back of your tongue, it almost feels like they kind of click in and out of place, which for someone who has dreams about their teeth falling out all the time can be a little unnerving. So that's normal. It's just, you know, what they're supposed to do. They're supposed to move. And I can always tell when I floss every night, like some teeth one day would be really hard to get the floss in and out of. Another time it'd be easy as can be. So they really do move on a daily basis. So that's something to anticipate. So number 4, feeling like I had food in my teeth even when I don't. So that's a feeling that drives me berserk, is feeling like I have something stuck between my teeth. Like I'll go and I'll floss and nothing helps, and I'm assuming it's because there's pressure in between the teeth or next to each other that wasn't there before, so it feels like there's like a substance in there, and I'll use my water pick and I'll use floss and I'll do everything, and so kind of just relegated to the fact that there's nothing there, it's just a sensation, but it does feel like I have stuff in my teeth sometimes, which kind of drives me crazy. Number 5, mouth sores, even where I don't have braces rubbing against. So after about 7 days, I got a really bad canker sore just down on the bottom of my gums, and my braces were nowhere even near that. And it really hurt, and it was really annoying. And I read that you can sometimes get those canker sores just from brushing your teeth so much, and really, like you brush your teeth probably no less than 4 times a day when you have braces. And so what I started doing instead is using the water pick a lot more, rinsing my mouth out after I eat something light, so I'm not just brushing my teeth over and over again, because I guess the sodium lauryl sulfate or some of the more harsh abrasive ingredients in toothpaste can cause you to get those canker sores. So wasn't anticipating that. I just assumed that I'd have my wax, I'd be able to put that on my hooks or any spots that are rubbing, and I'd be good to go. But yeah, so apparently you get canker sores in areas unrelated to your braces. Another thing I didn't expect was people not noticing. So I feel, and I'm sure people can relate to this, but I literally feel like I have a sign on my forehead that says, I got braces, and it's in neon and flashing, and it kind of makes me feel self-conscious. But I've been really surprised, like when I visit my accounts, because I'm in sales, so I go visit my accounts, and there'll be people who just talk to me, and then I'm like, oh, they're like, oh, what have you been up to? I'm like, well, I got braces, and they're like, oh my gosh, I didn't even notice. Maybe they're just being nice, but I kind of do feel like people are like, oh, wow, yeah, I kind of noticed something was different, but I couldn't put my finger on it. So that's good on one hand, but on the other hand, I'm like, oh gosh, people aren't even noticing. Okay. Maybe I'm crazy for thinking that they're, taking over my entire face. But I guess, we're always our own worst critic. So yeah, those are the things that kind of took me by surprise. I'm going to do another video probably later in the week on some of the products that have been my saving grace over this time that I've had my braces. So anyhow, thanks, and everything's looking good. Here, I'll do a close-up if you can see. They look good. I'm getting some movement back here, and I'll be getting my bottom braces on towards the end of the month, so of course I'll make sure to document that thoroughly, that interesting process, because from what I hear, it's a little trickier than the top, so I'm sure I'll have more to add. So anyhow, make sure to subscribe if you want to check out my newest videos as they're posted. And if you have questions, feel free to ask me in the comments. I try and respond really quickly if I can, because I usually just get them to my iPhone. So thanks everybody. Take care. Have a good day.